Welcome to the 2011 Valley of the Sun Bowl from Hanhila Field on the campus of Glendale Community College. And today it's the Dean College Bulldogs taking on the host team, the Glendale Gauchos. Alongside the Hall of Fame coach Joe Kersting, I'm Jeff Lowery. Welcome to MCTV Sports. Dean College comes out of Franklin, Massachusetts, a team 7-1 record and the 11th ranked team in the country, led by head coach Todd Vasey. And they hail out of that Northeast Football Conference. And coach, they're led by an outstanding quarterback in Jamal Small and a big playmaker at wide receiver as we talk about the offense in Robbie Jackson.
Yeah, Jamal Small is one of those classic current day quarterbacks, a dual threat. He can run it and throw it equally well, and he will have the ball in his hands quite a bit today. And then they have the great receiver, Robbie Jackson. Jackson's averaging well over 20, I think it's 24, 25 yards per reception, which is phenomenal. And he can change the scoreboard on any play.
And you talk about special teams for a moment. They are definitely the strength of this team.
Yeah, the great kickoff return and punt return. They're averaging like 29 yards per kickoff return, 16 per punt return. So field position, which is one of the things we don't like to talk about that much. It's not real exciting, but field position is going to be huge in this game.
Now let's talk about the Dean College defense, and it all starts with the big guy up front, Lance Burlingame. He is just a monster on that defensive front line, and of course they're led by number 5, Charles Watson, their leading tackler at linebacker.
Yeah, I've talked to the Glendale coaching staff, specifically Jason Jewell, their offensive line coach, and he's got to coach those guys to get them blocked, and he was really concerned about big number 99, Lance Burlingame, being a big physical presence inside. And then Watson and their other linebackers are real athletic linebackers that fly and make plays down the line of scrimmage and in the passing game.
Now we set our sights on Glendale, the host team. This is the 3rd year that they have hosted the Valley of the Sun Bowl. And Coach, of course, you coached here for 16 years. It's almost like this is their own bowl game. This is number 18 out of 30, and here they are again under Mickey Bell, his 5th season. He's 36-18, and the Gauchos come in here ranked 18th in the country.
Well, Coach Bell's done a great job, as has their offensive coordinator, J.D. Sollers. They're really an explosive offense this year, and that's led them to the 8-3 record that they have thus far. Is a really stout offense.
Talk about the quarterback, Spencer Stone. Put up some big numbers, 23 touchdowns. He threw for over 2,500 yards, the most by a Glendale quarterback in quite some time. But 19 interceptions. That's a cause of concern, obviously, with J.D. Sollers and the rest of this offense.
Absolutely. Stone, when he plays well, the Gauchos score a lot of points. When he has trouble and turns the ball over, it makes it tough on the Gaucho defense.
Jamil Hines, Anthony Hughes. Hughes went to Centennial High School. He's probably the finesse runner. Hines is a guy, he's a bull coming out of that backfield, so keep an eye out for those two players. We look at the defense of Glendale. Traditionally, always the strength of this team. They're strong up front, but you got Matt Corvin at linebacker who leads the team in tackles. You got Treg Waters heading off to a Division I school. Tell us a little bit about this Glendale D.
Well, the Glendale defense is a typical Glendale defense. They play very hard. They'll play multiple players, both in the defensive front and linebacker. They've had some problems in the secondary at times this year, giving up some big plays. So that's going to be a concern, I'm sure, for Coach Bell to try to keep Robbie Jackson under control, the great wide receiver from Dean College.
All right, so we got the 2011 Valley of the Sun Bowl coming up here on MCTV. Ironically, these two teams met 2 seasons ago. It was a 10-9 final score as Glendale came out on top. And do you think this is going to be any different than what we saw maybe in that first matchup between these two teams?
Well, both these teams are better this year than they were 2 years ago. They're more explosive. They have more good athletes, and I think we're going to have a little higher scoring game, but I don't think it'll get into the 30s, maybe into the 20s.
Well, there's a threat of rain in the air for this 31st annual Valley of the Sun Bowl. We'll be back with the play-by-play in just a moment.